Welcome to Wednesday. Glad you tuned in today. I wanted to remind you about a story in the Old Testament today, 2 Chronicles chapter 20, Jehoshaphat. Here's a good man. He becomes king. He has a heart for God. His father was a little iffy, but Jehoshaphat loves God. Brings the people back into serving God, going to church, getting in the Word. He's trying to get the whole nation to start living for God again. And what happens when he's doing good? Trouble comes. Happens in our life too sometimes. Anyways, 3 different nations pool together and they come up against Judah, trying to take them out. And the report comes to King Jehoshaphat. These 3 nations are coming to wipe us out. And you know what it says in verse 3? Fear came. I'm going to tell you what, I don't care how much you love God or how much you believe in God. Sometimes stuff happens in life and fear comes. But that's not the issue. What's the issue is how you respond. When we're talking about overcoming fear, it's not that it doesn't come to you. It's knowing how to combat it. In Jehoshaphat's time, what he did, as soon as fear came, he immediately sought the Lord. He didn't wring his hands. He didn't call people to complain. He didn't cry. He sought the Lord. And when you and I have fear try to show up in our life, we need to seek God seriously. And we need to let the Word rise up. One thing we have that Jehoshaphat didn't have, we've got this Bible. He had bits and pieces of it, but we've got the whole thing right here. We need to stand on the Word. And he did. He stood on the Word he had. And they sought God till God gave them a word. Don't be afraid. Here's what's going to happen. And it's a great story. You should read it. 2 Chronicles chapter 20. You'll love the story if you haven't read it yet. But the principle's the same. That when fear tries to come to us, and it comes to every man and woman, it doesn't matter who you are, fear does try to come. But when it comes, know how to combat it. Immediately stand your ground. Immediately seek God. Immediately turn to the Word. What does the Word say? Because when you know what the Word says, and you stand on what the Word says, fear must go. It's got to leave your life. Don't let it stick around. Don't entertain it. Don't feed it. Don't make it a friend of yours. Fear is an enemy. And when it tries to come, get rid of it. And how you get rid of it is by standing on this Word. Let the Word of God rise up inside of you. And speak that Word, because that Word will immediately start putting fear on the run. You are a person of faith, and God made you to be a winner. We have no room for fear in life, so when it does try to show up, know how to act, and you'll always win. Thanks for tuning in.